Hi, in this lesson, we're going to talk about OneDrive for Business. And yes, even though I may just refer to it as OneDrive, be clear we are talking about OneDrive for Business, the OneDrive that is part of Office 365. We're here on our Office 365 portal. You see that up here in the upper left. And you should see this big button for OneDrive right here. Now, your Office 365 portal might look a little bit different than this. It may be branded by your organization, but you should still have this OneDrive button. If not, come up here to the upper left to the app launcher, that little waffle or grid, and when you click there, you should see the button for OneDrive. And whether you click here or whether you click here, it's going to take you to OneDrive. So what is OneDrive? OneDrive is cloud storage. It's a place for you to store all of your business documents in a secured location in Microsoft's cloud on Microsoft servers that you can then access anywhere as long as you can get to your Office 365 portal. So anywhere you have the internet, basically, and whether you're on a phone, a laptop, a PC, a tablet, you should be able to get to the files in your OneDrive. It's also a really good place to keep them so that you don't lose them, because they do have a recycle bin, and we'll talk about that in another lesson. So this is the OneDrive interface. You see here where it says Files, we have a list of all of our files that are currently in our OneDrive, and we have this little file folder. Now you may have just seen when I went ahead and hovered over this intern candidates file, it gave us a little bit of information here about it. And like I said, we'll talk more about those things in different lessons. We see that we are signed in today as Gary Colson. Gary is one of our employees here at Elevator Skills. And over here on the left, we have the navigation pane. And right now, we're in the Files window of our OneDrive. If we go ahead and click on Recent, it's going to show us the recent files, files that we have used most recently in our OneDrive. We can go to the Shared option, where we will see files that have been shared with me by other employees, or files that have been shared by me to other people. We have the Discover link, and Discover will show us, like it says here, relevant documents that have been worked on or created by other people in our organization. And we also have the Recycle bin, where we can go ahead and retrieve documents that we have deleted from our OneDrive. Now, let's go back to Files. But I want to take a look down here. You see Shared Libraries. These are all SharePoint sites that Gary is a part of, that he is either a member or he is following. And so we see, let's click here, that SharePoint document libraries are actually also OneDrive folders. And Gary, being a member of these sites, has access to all of those things through his OneDrive. And again, we'll talk more about that in another lesson. Let's refresh here and get back to Gary's OneDrive. We see here up at the top our toolbar, which gives us options for new, to create new files, upload, to add files, sync files. We'll be able to sync all of our OneDrive files to our local computer, and we have a connection to Flow, and Flow is a whole nother ball of wax for a much different course. Over here to the right, we have options to sort our files. We could even, if we go ahead and let's select one file, you see this little eye here, the details pane, that will give us more information about that particular file. We can also change the view of our OneDrive. And up here in the top, you see that we have the settings gear, where we can look at OneDrive settings. And we have this little symbol here that looks like a bell. This gives us notifications. And this is, we're going to see notifications in here, not just for OneDrive, but for all of Office 365. So now I've given you a little bit more information about what OneDrive is, what it can do, how you can use it, and we've given you a quick tour. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.